ride snowmobiles with Chris Burrandt, anything can happen. And whether you're face deep on the sickest powder day of the season, or exploring the uncharted horizon in springtime slippery slush, the one unavoidable truth, good, bad, or just plain ugly, you're stuck dead center in the adventure of a lifetime.
You don't want to scratch your snowmobile, you better not come ride with us.
Get sick of that same song all day long on the radio, and I ain't saying yo, play no chef on the radio, cause yo, I hope that's what y'all waiting on. With the whole damn CD sailors gone, we got labels waiting to rape us all. Ain't it so? It's the radio's gotta save us all, man. And I ain't gonna break your ball if you hit that goal with a fake ass song on the radio. I just hate it all. Don't take me high, don't take me low. Don't make me feel like flying, no. It don't make me warm, it don't make me cold. Don't bring me nothing first of all. You just been out. Heard it all, man. On the radio, play me that shit. On the radio, get the radio. Oh no, don't make me know. On the radio.
An epic win or epic fail, and so I knew it was going to be a solid 20-30 minute day.
What do they pay you for? Don't get me started on them DJs these days. Walking to the club with a briefcase full of cheap taste. Thinking 80 shit, give me a break. Full of teenagers, easy fakers. Those stuck up in the magazine pages. Those who don't know what they need.
If he's going to crash, like, you want to get the shot, but he's also your buddy, so you're kind of scared for their safety and stuff. So it's tough both ways, but you're just here to have some fun and get some cool stuff for the viewers.
I know how that may sound a scene, but I'll be the chef with my own ingredient. Seasick man, don't eat it. On the radio, get the radio. Play me that shit. On the radio, get the radio. Oh no, don't wake me up.
I broke more this year, more parts, than I probably have in the past 3 or 4 years.
This is the first time ever being able to compete at Jackson. I gave him one rule only. Just get past the first gate, take a deep breath, and you're good to go. Well, he couldn't do that.
This is Burandt's favorite section right here. This is the suite. This is all the stuff that's really bad for you. Right here.
I just can't believe you can just go to a dealership and buy one of these, and it's legal. Remember the last time?
George, they're not going to be new forever, buddy.
It would be really bad to do at the dealership with their demo. Let's see, George almost killed himself on that. Sayan almost killed himself. It's hard to believe that the camera guys would actually let Sayan run one of their high-dollar cameras.
AK's for life.
It doesn't even matter if you make it, you just want the shot, right?
Like Sayan said, you definitely want the shot. But before the first drop of snow ever hits the ground, in the heat of late summer, professional snowmobilers like Chris Burrandt and Sam Skinner start their season on the trade show circuit.
So one thing leading up to the season that is a lot of work, but a lot of fun, is all the trade shows. I do a lot of dealer visits. It's awesome, of course, signing autographs. That is so cool that someone wants me to write my name on a piece of paper. That's really, really something special for me. But the best part of these trade shows is reuniting with my old customers, talking stories. It's really neat to hear these guys come up and just reminisce about the deep dark hole that I took them into that they didn't think we were going to get out of, and the gnarly ravines and the crazy snow. It brings a smile to my face, and it's why I do this, man. It's the stories we have throughout the years, and it's something you'll remember forever.
The buzz behind the scenes at this early season trade show was the unexpected preseason storm that nailed the Southern Rockies. While everyone packed up and headed home with work week blues, the Burrandt team headed south to do some investigatory research.
What are you doing today?
I am going to go wreck one of Chris's snowmobiles.
I hope I don't get stuck. I hate getting stuck first.
Dude, if you get stuck, I'm blowing past you.
I never thought I'd be doing technical side hilling in October.
munched it already on the bars.
My advice for sand, especially being an October ride, super, super smooth, and don't wreck my sled. That's all I ask.
All those 16-hour days sitting behind my stupid computer the last month, I'm okay with it.
This is so awesome! It's not like we haven't been riding for too long, but you definitely learn that you forgot some things, and you don't start off where you ended at the end of the year. So that's why I love riding early season. It's awesome.
Before the day was done, cell phone pictures from the early season score hit the interweb, working anxious snowmobilers all around the world into a jealous frenzy. For the Burandts team, the fun was done, and it was time to go to work.
For us to be actually ready for when the good snow is on the ground, it literally takes us about a month of 16-hour days working our butts off to try to get all the sleds prepped, all the shop built, and everything ready to go, so we're ready to go play in the white stuff.
We need a 17, a 15, a 13 socket, a 15 wrench, a 13 wrench, and a smile for the Chris Burandts.
Preseason at BBA is really exciting and really long days. You just got 20 sleds in. They all need wraps, they all need bars. Some get this, some get that, and trying to decide which ones we're going to use as personal ones, which ones we're going to use as fleet sleds. We're trying to figure out names for them. Even we haven't even ridden them yet. We want to go ride a little bit.
It is so cool when you have, like this year we had 20 plus sleds all lined up looking mint with all brand new Arctic FX wraps, and we had both Justin and Stan on wrap patrol for like 3 or 4 days straight, and I kept hearing them whine about like their fingers hurt and they smelled like glue and all that stuff. But come on, guys, I mean, you could be like doing something way worse than that.
It's, to say the least, seasonal intensity. So yeah, I may be out testing a sled, but I've been doing that 10 days in a row, and so sometimes you definitely need to go blow off a little bit of steam and have some fun.
For the most part, Sand gets the job done, but sometimes he takes a little detour. On this particular day, I was in a meeting or something, and I said, Sand, we got a couple setups here I need you to go test out at the house.
He asked us to go test some sleds, so we had a little bit of snow in Chris's front yard, so we figured, why not? Let's go do some hot laps at Chris's place.
So our early season test ended up being Sand and Justin drag racing, tearing up the grass in my front yard.
Next thing you know, the hot laps kind of turned into hot laps on the 50 track, and there might have been a little bit of a mud incident. And I don't know if you've seen the footage yet or not, but there was mud everywhere, and I got mud in my trailer, and it was just kind of more work than it was worth.
Apparently, Sand's definition of testing is getting my sled stuck in the mud.
Mud everywhere, brand new snowmobile.
Ultimately, I know Chris really, really well, and when he sees that, he's probably gonna think we're screwing around, but we did get the job done.
Dude, this thing jumps so good, like right there.
I mean, this is a fun job. I have to expect when Sand and Justin and all the other guys in the crew, when they get together, things get a little out of control.
Dude, it's okay, I'm not gonna burn you.
I don't trust you. I don't have trust. You're too close.
Fine. See?
Playing with fire is risky business, but no more dangerous than loading Say in a sled to finish filming this segment.
Hey, who's calling the shots here, Skinner?
I'm calling the shots.
It's a little fish and it feels like a fist throwing punches in the dark, never hitting anymore. There's a hook inside my mouth, I scream, good and loud. I was the catch that made you broad. Take your hands, rip it out.
Very nice of Dad to loan me a sled for 3 days because he knows how I am on snowmobiles. There's a reason why he's loaning me a sled. We're not going to get into that right now. My great friends, also known as filmers, talked me to do a re-entry, which I almost had, so I tried to do it again. And I got pistol whipped in the face with my bars and cut my forehead all the crap and cut my eye, and now the girls don't like me anymore and I don't know what to do with my life. This is what gets you to the top of the hill, right here. Not turbos, not anything else, this right here. Good luck charm.
Sayin would be the first to admit Lady Luck wasn't exactly on his side this season, but who needs luck when your sickest shots were filmed on a snowmobile that couldn't steer left? Just saying. The 2012 season saw one of the biggest moves in the history of Burandts backcountry adventures. Over the summer, Chris laid the groundwork for a partnership in which BBA would relocate to the small mountain town of Buena Vista, gaining access to new facilities and a whole new untapped riding area.
This year with the big move, the logistics of moving 20 snowmobiles, moving an entire shop, all the tools, all the airlines, I mean everything that we spent so much time getting our shop dialed in, well, all that had to go bye-bye.
Those two snowmobiles are going, the Assault's going right there, that sled's going, those 3 are staying, and the Turbo's staying. So we have 4 sleds staying and like 16 going on this trip anyways. And then clean the shop some more. Just a tedious process. First thing, first priority, music.
All the girl posters. To try to keep Justin and Sayin focused on like, this is our task at hand without it taking 2 months, that was difficult.
Hey, put high facting. Why did it look like he enjoyed it?
So we just put some new, brand new snowmobiles in a brand new trailer. Trails West RPM Chris Burrandt edition. Equipped with mud and snow. Chris should be happy. These are my suitcases full of clothes. You got my dancing pants, my working pants.
2012 was a big year for Sayin as well, stepping out of Chris's shadow as a sweeper to lead his own tour.
I was really excited about it initially, and now I'm really having my doubts. He got lost on the way here in the truck.
I'm the best one ski rider you know.
Luckily for Chris, Sayin's navigating skills in the backcountry were solid.
I don't know if you can build a hug these sweet jumps on the way back, but it'll get you out.
Sayin brought home each and every client, safe and sound, day after day.
For this year, the changes kept coming. We had the new riding area, we had the new shop, we had a new retail space where we actually sold all the stuff that I rock every day. We sold Slednex outerwear, we sold HMK boots, we sold Climb gloves, we sold all the stuff that is backcountry tested, Burrandt approved. And that's something that I truly live by. It's stuff that I use every single day, and it keeps me safe, it keeps me warm, and gets me back home to my family. So that's that was a pretty big step for us, is to be able to offer these products to our customers. We tripled our employees in 1 year. We went that headache alone was something that I wasn't quite ready for, but I think we adapted pretty well, and it's awesome being able to bring friends and family into the biz and really make this thing rocking.
With Sayin running his own show, there was some pretty big shoes to fill in the sweeper department.
This year we added a new member to the team. His name's Quiet Ryan, Mr. Ryan Birchtold. He came to me 2 years ago as a client, and I could tell he had a lot of talent, but his snowmobile was holding him back. 2 weeks later, after he got home from coming out here to ride, he sends me a text saying, I ordered a new Pro, you better be ready. That's what he said. I thought that was really cool, and we needed another guy, and he was willing to put the time and the effort in. So Quiet Riot joined the team.
My first ride with Sayin, I was very, very nervous because I'm just kind of really intimidating, I guess. But Sayin is so down to earth, his personality is awesome. You know, he took me under his wing and we become like best friends, and we joke around and mess around, and every day we go out, it's just a new adventure, and it's just so much fun to ride with him.
I probably know Ryan better than most people. I'm with him every single day. He's my sweet guy. As quiet as he seems, that kid is a Jedi. He works super hard. He loves what he does. He loves to ride. Rhino is definitely a little quiet, but when he actually does say something, it is usually really hilarious.
So Ryan won't say anything for like 4 days, and then just out of the blue, we're all stuck, and he'll bust out a one-liner that'll totally bring down the house.
My favorite thing about First Shoulder is probably his frowny face. It's pretty funny.
My job is to help pulling on skis, getting people unstuck. It's my job. They call me Goose, Maverick Wingman. It was just amazing to be out in the backcountry with, Chris Burandts and Sane Skinners. It was just way overwhelming. It was awesome. Meeting all these new people from Sweden, New York, Alaska, Canada. Just riding with everybody, meeting new people and just becoming friends with people. I've never met them before, and by day 3, you guys are friends, you're laughing, you're joking. You switch numbers, Facebook people, and it's so cool to be a part of this.
That's what I like about him. He really puts in the extra effort.
Can I have your autograph?
Sure. There you go.
You're not Stan Skinner.
If you want to see something truly painful, watch Chris max out his credit card every morning at the gas station.
Another $600 day. Slide your card right there. Did you hear that?
Uh-oh. So this is my 3rd year with Polaris, and it's so cool that they're obviously dedicated to building the best backcountry weapon available on the market, and I'd really like to think that I have a little hand in that. Been working a lot with the engineers. We've got a fleet of 20 pros that's out pretty much every single day that provides a lot of valuable information to the guys in Minnesota to help build a better sled. And so they outfitted 10 of our sleds with data acquisition equipment that we download every single day and send them back the rider profile that they can analyze and help to build a better product.
The data recorders will tell you everything: the barometric pressure, how long you're pinned, the percentage of the day, the snowball ran at this much temperature, you're at this much elevation, everything you can think of, this thing will tell you.
Stan and I on 1 or 2 occasions might have compared our riding data, and it always seemed like I'm the one who had more wide open throttle, probably because he's always trying to track poach, try to get to where I'm at. But it's understandable.
So definitely one of my top 5 favorite stories from this year is the whole BBA crew. We go ripping. It's a super deep day. Chris is paying the most. I'm second. And then Beaver. And then there's Ryan McConnell. I love him to death. New office manager. Less than 2% of the time he is pinned on the deepest day of the year. And it was absolutely hilarious when we plugged in there. I think we're all rolling on the shop floor. But the days we all kill for and dream of at night, and it's just a snowmobiler's paradise. The deepest day ever, and Ryan's like, brrr. It's just absolutely hilarious, and you probably didn't hear the end of that. For now, probably 6 months now, and for probably 2 weeks straight, we're just giving him crap non-stop, and poor Ryan, we're pretty hard on each other sometimes, but it's all in good fun, Polaris spends all these millions of dollars to make
snowmobile super light, and then we add 5 ounces back to it with the Tabasco, but it's worth it.
In January, the BBA season goes full tilt, starting with Winter X.
So this year, X Games was definitely super fun. We ended up having a corporate retreat in with us, and we had Ryan McConnell, the office guy, charter a private jet to fly 40 miles. Jump out of the truck, walk through, hey, what's up, Jerry? You know, just kicking it, get on the plane, and we're off. We're all super stoked. You know, like, dude, we're flying X Games. We're going to be right next to Shaun White in the freaking airport or whatever. Little did we know, Aspen's probably one of the most gnarliest places to fly into. You can come out of this canyon, bank a hardcore 4G left-hand turn, and your face is like stuck to the window, and then you just and you pretty much slam on the brakes and you're there. And it was pretty gnarly. It was probably one of the funnest 12 to 15 minutes rides of my life. It was way fun.
Shaun White, na Shane Skinner, President Obama. Dude, the only thing Burandts told these guys about me is like, just keep staying away from the girls.
Had a great time, saw the people, pretty girls. It's really cool to see all the different athletes and all the different aspects of all their sports, and it was really a lot of fun.
Even though I've moved on and put my focus into backcountry riding, it's really cool that ESPN has me come back every year to be involved with the X Games on the TV side, and it's a challenge. It's cool to be in the booth. It's a lot of pressure. I know I'm not out there doing backflips on the stage, but I'm speaking in front of millions of people, and it's I'll tell you, it gets the butterflies going. So it's pretty cool. It's an awesome experience to be a part of.
Close. Walk us through this one, Chris. This is called the holy grab. He just gets the tip of the seat with his fingers. But what I like to see here is, oh wow, just missed it. He had the mindset of flipping, trying to get on his back right there instead of landing on his head.
So this year, snowmobile freestyle, I mean, it went to an entire new level. The comfort level that these guys have doing the tricks that they are doing is something that I can't fathom. It's insane to watch and insane to see, and to see Heath Frisbee pull off a front flip.
Come on, Heath!
Talking with him, he had that same feeling that I feel when I'm getting ready to go do some gnarly technical tree line. He's like, yeah, I got it. And that's what you have to have, but it's so hard to have that confidence when if things go bad, they go real bad. So it was great to see the athletes are on a whole other level, and I'm just glad I get to be a part of it up in the booth.
So the flight home was, for one, we almost missed our flight. I don't even know if that's possible just because it's a private jet.
We were at the wrong terminal, buddy. So we have to walk about 10 minutes this way.
This is why we don't have Shane as the boss.
One of the guys on the corporate retreat was actually a pilot himself, so those two kind of got lost in the conversation. Everyone in the back has no idea what's going on. We can't see anything. Every couple seconds, we're just dropping 50, 100 feet like it's going out of style, and we're all kind of squealing like a bunch of little girls. We came into the airport like 40 or 50 degrees, way steeper than you're supposed to. And I don't know about everybody else in that plane, but I was freaking out a little bit because I've never done anything like that in my life. It was insane. It was really, and it was dark, so you couldn't see anything. You're just like falling out of the sky. It was pretty gnarly.
Dan, if you ever take the controls again, I swear I will jump out the side of the plane.
That's what the parachutes are back here.
Is there seriously something?
That's what that left is.
Yeah. That inspires a lot of confidence right there. Well,
You went over that. We just were listening.
All right.
Follow him out.
Chris has been out of the freestyle spotlight for a number of years, but he's a celebrity like no other in the backcountry.
Exciting. I'm shaking. I'm starstruck. Oh my gosh. Chris Burandts is riding on my sled. Oh, look at it. It's going on the side. It's getting schooled. My sled is getting schooled. That's for sure.
Not much room.
Burandts is walking right by me and nobody cares.
And no one cares.
Satan crashed a lot this year, but when he did it live in front of thousands of spectators, it hurt just a little bit more.
So this year I feel really lucky. Got a wild card entry to Jacksonville Hill Climbs.
Usually around Burandts Backcountry Adventure, getting sleep is no problem. From the end of the day, you're just so exhausted. But ever since I found out I was coming here, I've been so excited. All I can think about is getting to the top and riding against some of the best riders in the world. These guys do this for a living. So the intensity and the competition level here is just through the roof. We're gonna go test it here in just a little bit because we dropped quite a few thousand feet in elevation, make sure everything's great, and pretty much check all the bolts and different. After a little bit of a rocky start here with the tuning, I made a couple calls with my buddy Eric at Voke, and he walked me through it, and we got it all sorted out, and I'm super pumped.
Being that I've competed at Jackson, I know what it's like. It's the craziest stressful minute and a half of your life on a snowmobile. One year I missed the first gate. So I told Satan, that's all you gotta do, dude, to beat me, just go through the first gate.
Run number 1, 800 mod. Definitely did not go how I planned it. I was extremely excited, and I was a little out of control on the bottom, or a lot out of control, either way you look at it. And I ended up wrecking in front of the entire crowd. Lewis is supposed to be on your left, and it was on my right. And when you're going at that speed, it's just, it's not going to end good.
So technically, him yard selling through the first gate, I guess he did get the high mark, but man, that was ugly.
And that was probably the lowest moment I've ever had in my life. I was so embarrassed. Like, here's all my sponsors here. Here's tons of fans. Here's, you know, they're here to watch the best riders in the world, and I just got the lowest mark on the hill. The lowest, like, you can't get any lower. And I was on the flat, and I went and sat in the trailer for a while, and I remember what Chris has always taught me, especially being so young and I'm in great shape, but I have to ride smarter, not harder. I can ride harder than a lot of people out there, but it's riding smart. And this is a huge part about being a professional athlete, is the lowest moment of your entire day, and you have to come back and perform a game an hour later. And I went in the trailer and cleared my head a little bit, and my dad and all my great friends and the mechanics got my sled all fixed up and went back out, and I did my homework all the way up the hill, and I had a blast and hooting and hollering, and the fans are just going crazy. Top of the hill, there's a hard left, and I had the high line just like I wanted. I'm out of the big hole, and I forgot to breathe. I didn't breathe, and I got tired, and I looked down, and when you look down, you're gonna go down. And I hit this hole, and it just flipped me off a little bit, and I was done right there. I rolled my sled over, and the guys gave me a ski pole, and I went right through the lights. And it was a bummer, so it's cool. That leaves me hungry for next year.
Just for him to compete and get up to the timing lights, that's a big accomplishment, especially in his first year. And I'm really looking forward to making fun of him next year.
It doesn't happen very often, but sometimes Sand gets to make fun of Chris.
A little later this season, we were up in McCall, Idaho, doing some riding up there, and we had a down day. It was actually raining down in town, and had to work on some sleds, so we headed over to Hinson's Power Sports in McCall, and I don't know if it's Freaky Friday or what, but I saw XP 900 Razor sitting on the showroom floor, and I was kind of just joking around. I said, "So where's the keys for that thing?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, we can get you the keys for it." Wait, really?
Somehow Chris talks them into letting us borrow their brand new Razor 900. And I'm like, oh sweet, this is gonna be a lot of fun. I haven't driven a Razor in like 6 or 7 months. This should be really good, especially on a rainy day. And then I see Chris walking around the side of the shed with his helmet on. I'm all, okay, this is either gonna be epic win or epic fail, because I don't see Chris wear his helmet very much in a Razor, and so I knew it was gonna be a solid 20-30 minute day.
Just go drive it. This is not gonna be. Just don't tip it over. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared right now. All right, Ryan. I'm not making any promises. I just can't believe you can just go to a dealership and buy one of these, and it's legal.
So I was sitting there watching cameraman George do his hot laps around, and all I could think about was last year on Razor Day when George took my brand new Razor and put it up on its lid. And I was thinking, man, this would be really bad to do at the dealership with their demo. So everyone got a turn. The driver's seat was empty. I was like, man, I should go for one more lap.
So Chris jumps back in with Rhino, and I'm like, here we go. He's just right on the verge of being a little bit out of control. Locked him up and threw her sideways right in the drift corner. It was pretty awesome.
Hurry before they see it!
I'm yelling at the guys, get me up before they see it.
It's pretty funny. It was just raining, and George is trying to help me, and I'm trying to pick it up by myself. And it was hilarious. It was really funny.
Well, I gave them crap about them rolling in. I was the guy who did it.
Hey, you know what this means?
You know what this means? Take her back with your head down. Oh.
Where's Joseph? My driving, wasn't he? We figured that was probably X-nay on our razoring for the day there. Pulled it into the wash bay, got it all sprayed off, nice and neat.
Yeah, I don't know how we use this footage without depreciating the value of this beautiful machine, but I will say it is Burandts tested, Burandts approved.
Oh, I'm just gonna adjust my shocks real quick. Kind of talked about it a little bit, and we decided we should probably tell them that we just tipped the Razor on the side, even though it didn't do anything. It's just respect to tell them because it's their property. And Chris ended up doing the walk of shame over to the sales counter.
We're all covered in mud. We're all little kids with smiles on our face, a little bit guilty.
Well, the worst part about my Razor experience up in McCall was the walk of shame, going back to the showroom, handing the key, and telling them I kind of put it on its side. And in true snowmobiler spirit, they said, "That'll buff out." I loved it.
Technically, the boys didn't break anything up in McCall. Too bad Chris couldn't say the same thing about the rest of the snowmobile season.
So every year we have, at the end of the year, we've got our parts bill. I've got my parts bill. Sane's got his parts bill. This year it was pretty close up until March when Sane decided to do his second chassis bulkhead of the year.
So if I had to name the guy that broke the most stuff this year, not to mention any names, maybe Skinner's has probably broke a lot of stuff.
With Ryan coming into the crew this year, I remember what Sane's first year was like. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even afford to keep him on payroll, how many parts he broke, but Ryan did pretty good this year.
I think Sands went through a tunnel or two or three.
Well, down this hill right here, so we were just gonna go right down there, and apparently there's not a lot of snow right there, and I couldn't stop, and I wasn't just gonna let my sled go, so I tried just to fairly ride it out, and got pistol whipped pretty hard, and bent my tunnel again. It's the third one this year. Yeah, and we're about 10 minutes into the day, so it's going really well. Oh, happy hours isn't so happy anymore. I broke more this year, more parts, than I probably have in the past 3 or 4 years. I can't even remember all of it. It was a lot. It definitely cut the old checkbook down, that's for sure.
One of Chris's favorite calls this year was from Sane and Berchtold on one of their few days off. A sled was wrecked, and the details sketchy at best.
Sane calls me and says, dude, we got a wrecked sled. I was like, oh man, how bad? He said, tunnel, bulkhead, steering post, handlebars. I was like, what happened? He's like, it got wrecked on the trail. I'm like, the trail? My next question was, who did it? There was a slight pause on the phone, and that's when I knew he did it.
Well, it was dark. In my defense, it was dark, and me and Ryan were racing, and there was a little shortcut. I ended up slamming on the brakes, and I didn't really slam on the brakes. It was just a really icy spot on the trail, and I ended up flipping sideways, and my sled rolled end over end down the groom trail, smooth as glass, and just annihilated my sled.
Dude, I just caught an edge. You know, he tells the story. Dude, I just caught an edge and just started tumbling.
So when you do something like that, of that magnitude of dumbness or stupidity, just like wrecking on a trail, then you have to break that news to Chris Burandts, and yeah, it's like having another set of parents for me, because I lived with him for 3 years, and it's like a double punch. Like, you tell Chris, and he just rolls his eyes like he does to me, and then his wife Sandy just gives me like really saying, wow. It's like a double punch to the face. It's horrible, and then I go to bed and I cry myself to sleep.
This year was tough, man. It's every single year we try to push each other, push our riding to new heights, and with that comes consequences. And you know, this year, I bet client-wise, we had over 70 A-arms that were replaced. Sane had a couple bulkheads. I had a couple A-arms. I mean, it's just tough. It's a part of snowmobiling. You're gonna break something. These guys who come to me with their polished tunnels and not even a scratch on the hood, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be an interesting day for you. So that's kind of fun, but it's a part of it. And if you don't want to scratch your snowmobile, like Brett has said in the past, you better not come ride with us.
Dumb things. I can make up the gnarliest sled I've ever seen, and then I hit the only tree doing a powder turn in the field. Awesome. Oh, my entire segment is carnage, dude. Let's just go do Razor stuff now.
So this year for Razor Day, it wasn't Razor Day, it was Razor Week. The guys from school and myself spent 3 days in equipment tearing down my old 50 track that we used last year, and we built a full-on course.
So George tells me he used to run an excavation business. The proof will be in the pudding here. We'll see. Maybe that's why he doesn't have an excavating business anymore. I'm a little worried about that.
So I had my doubts. I thought he was just a wash-up cameraman, but turns out he's pretty dang handy with the dirt toys.
Chris called me and says, hey man, Razor Day, 2 weeks, be there. I said, sweet, I'll be there. I pull into Chris's house, and instead of what we used to have, is this massive, huge razor track. Double wide everywhere, just super, super fun. Good, solid jumps, really smooth. A little busy with the dozer, huh? This thing is huge.
He thought it was gonna be a circle track.
Yeah.
You know what he said when we got to right there? He's like, "You cleared that whole thing?"
And a razor. So me and my buddy Colby grabbed the rakes and the shovels and just raked for like 4 hours. George is in the dozer, Brendan's in the loader, Chris is in the skid steer, and me and Colby have rakes. It's all good. Finished product's pretty awesome, and I can't wait to go rip it.
Okay. Water. Let's go finish this thing.
My learning curve on the water truck was pretty quick. Once I accidentally sprayed sand, I did start to figure out exactly what I was doing.
I will tell you this, a water truck, when you don't have to do it for a job, is an absolute blast. I was having a riot in that thing. It sucks to fill up, but it's really fun to empty.
To kick things off, Sam reluctantly took the passenger seat of Chris's Turbo 900. The 50-foot tabletop was still a big question mark in everyone's mind.
So it's kind of cool poking out all the jumps in the 900 first, and then Sane gets in his own razor, and we're kind of just messing around and just kind of feeling out the track, and then finally started getting comfortable. And I remember there was this one lap where everything was perfect. I mean, we were dicing and we came into the corners together, and you're coming out and you're hitting the jumps together, and then the really tight 90, and he had to stay low and I had to stay high, and we're rubbing wheels. It was like that one lap just felt, that's why everybody races, is to get that feeling, like you're trying to beat the guy next to you.
Swapping out, it's an absolute blast. Just because it's your great buddy, and it's really fun to take it from snowmobiling just to razors and just have that competitive edge with both of us, and just always being hungry to try to beat each other. It's a blast. Just hitting tires. He ran over my razor and he hit me a few times because I was in front of him or something. He doesn't like that very much.
So we had all these awesome bermed up turns, and that's where I could actually get them with the horsepower. I'd go high and then a long straightaway, and then we had the flat corner, and Stan was just so bound and determined to get me, and he came in way too hot, and I totally saw the whole thing coming because I started to check up, and I knew he was gonna wad it. Sure enough, I come around him and I just saw the whole deal, slow motion right in front of me. It was awesome.
I had to pretty much cut him off in every corner to stay in front.
And I could tell each time his wheel would get up on the inside, I was like, man, it's only a matter of time before failure.
Chris was teasing me about my driving again, and I'm sad and I want to cry.
Well, at least he didn't bend the roll cage like George did on mine.
But he can't say too much because I do recall us being up in McCall, Idaho with a borrowed razor and him tipping it on its side after he just told me about not locking my brakes up in that same corner. And you can't really compare them like apples to apples because mine was like on a full-on hard course, really rutted out, like yeah, there's something might happen. Chris is like on his grass, and it's all smooth, and it's like NASCAR.
New for this year, we decided to do Razor Day night, and it was pretty cool. We got 2 light stations, and it really was chaos. For one, the visibility was low. I had cameramen running all around trying to get shots, and
we had this one line picked out that Satan and I were coming in as double in this tight sweeper. It was sweet, man. Going over the jumps, I mean, we were literally like 6 to 12 inches apart, and then into the corners, Satan's bumping me and rubbing me, and oh man, it was awesome.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 times were pretty sketchy, not having a whole lot of light.
spot where you just had an absolute blast. You can't really see anything. You're flying through the air, and you can pretty much give your buddy a high five, and it's just an absolute riot.
It was pretty much madness and chaos throughout the night, but it was so much dang fun.
And then George, who doesn't play fair, brings his trophy truck.
Is this a good idea?
Well, I always love to see carnage, so of course this is a good idea.
I think the best part about last night was when George got his truck out and started rallying. That was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I can't believe what that thing is capable of in the bumps. I would have never thought that was possible.
Razor Day was going pretty good until a Heim joint in George's front suspension failed. The next morning, the boys surveyed the damage and hoisted George's pride and joy back onto its trailer for the long drive home. In defense of his fabrication skills, George pointed out the blue truck had pre-ran 4 Baja 1000s and 3 500s, to which Chris replied,
But Burandts' razor track was just a little too much.
This year, the boys at Schooled Films learned a new trick, a beautiful thing called outsourcing.
You guys at School Films definitely took a hip shot in the dark and gave me a camera this year. And they said, here you go, saying, let's see what you can do with this thing. And I was a little nervous at first, but it actually ended up being a lot of fun.
Oh, these things are heavy.
I cannot believe the camera guys, after seeing what he does to snowmobiles, would actually trust him with their high-dollar camera equipment. He was shooting with a wide angle, so what that meant was he was definitely in harm's way.
I got too low.
Yeah, way low.
You told me to get close. You got the wide angle.
Dude, that was too close.
You jump off that cliff like a little girl.
I didn't jump off anything. I was getting pushed. When you guys at School Film say I need to be right here, I need to be right there. I can't be 2 feet to the left or 2 feet to the right. I need to be right there. When I'm yelling at Chris and I'm behind the camera, and I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Like, if you're 2 feet farther away, you're not in focus, and the shot is complete. It's a waste, so you might as well not even do it. And me and him were like bickering about this shot. I'm just saying, like, think you hit a little too far to the right, buddy.
I'm blaming it on film guy number 2 because he took my
Zane
line.
would always call me out like, oh dude, you could do way better than that. Or, well, don't go that way, go this way. And I'm like, you wouldn't go that way. He's like, yeah, but you're Chris Burant.
And then myself, I had the wide angle, so every single shot you get roosted in the face. It doesn't matter what it is, you get roosted. And you think it's funny as a rider, but as a filmer, it's not fun. It sucks. You have a sweet like icicle right in the middle of your face.
Right on. Does it match this?
It actually, oh my gosh, dude, it fits perfect like a glove. That's awesome. Yeah! Mother! Staying down, number 1, baby! I apologize for any time I ever roost you, dude. Oh. Dude, I got a killer shot though. Like, I think I might be the best at this.
Zane was really getting into this filming thing. He even used himself as a slider, sliding down the hill trying to get this elevator shot. It was pretty cool to see him get all pumped about it.
With our elevator move we do on the sleds, I really wanted to try and emphasize like how cool it is when you're sliding down the hill and give the audience a feel of what it's like to slide down the hill. So I'm trying to slide on my side down the hill holding a camera while Chris is trying not to run me over at the same time. It ended up being kind of a flop, but it was really fun to try and just trying to be creative and bring the audience something new and fresh.
If they didn't want to scream like a little girl, we would have had a shot.
So, I mean, it was cool having Zane behind the camera, but at the end, he was getting a little cocky about his camera skills.
Do it again.
Dude, I don't like this camera attitude he has.
After wrecking multiple sleds and achieving mixed results at Jackson, we brought in Keith Curtis to help Zane turn things around.
So I felt bad for saying wrecking on the first gate and getting like 4 feet from the timing lights and not making it to the top of the mountain. So went ahead and put these gates on the sled. Figured it would help them remember for next year in Jackson Hole. Blue gate on the left, red on the right. Set up a little course and how to get through those flags and the timing lights. I mean, it's quite important.
Unfortunately, even with Keith Curtis's help, the blue gate continued to be a serious problem.
How do you even mess up on that, dude?
Who knows? But with any luck at all, it has to go better for saying next year.
How did that work?
Yeah, sensei right here. Words of wisdom, secret of life from Zane Skinner. Everyone leave your zipper down, your fly down when you're spring riding. Creates the ultimate ventilation that your legs need for performance. All right, guys, flies down.
Last day of the season, super bummed. Go home to the real world, get real jobs.
Very nicely. Come on, bring it in. Bring it in. You got it? You want me to guillotine you again?
Stop screwing around, Sam. Let's go eat. I'm tired of your shenanigans.
I wish I had a Mavericks for real cookies and cream milkshake right now. That would turn my frown upside down for sure. And if you want to be like the guy that gets all the girls and makes all the money and gets all the free sleds, make the number 7-Eleven. Dude, you should get sponsored by 7-Eleven.
I know.
He would have landed on you. Oh my gosh. So this muck in my head, it's just beat me in the face every day. He got all mad.
Well, he didn't pull the line, and he said he could, and I was pretty disappointed in him.
Yeah, sensei right here. Kids, if you want to make money, don't snowmobile. Buy a set of skis. That?
Yeah.
One more time, please.
So why one more time, Camera Guy? Because he didn't get it in focus.
Oh, that's
one
weird.
more
That
time.
part, that's weird.
You did. You had perfect form. Parachute belly drag. Usually I land right in that stupid hole right there. Probably where I'm gonna end up. Well, we did make it 50 yards off the trail. And we got 3 yard sales so far. It's all good.
Good to us one more time. Three more times.
That steaming is coming from my anger towards my lovely guide.
so low, oh, that there's